Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 2. Man, Falcon is really badass. And he's a guy of moral integrity, which further reinstates and reinforces the fact that he should be Captain America. Either him or Bucky, because Bucky's pretty badass too. Okay, so I got a little bit of whiplash this episode because at the beginning we think John Walker may be just a stand-up guy, and he still may very well be, but by the end of the episode we see that if they're not willing to work with him, then they better stay the hell out of his way, and he behaves a little bit like an immature, selfish, kind of like a frat guy type of a character. And even if he were a good guy, that's not to say that he has the mental fortitude to fill the shoes of Captain America and withstand the pressure that the entire country is placing on him to fulfill that idyllic role and boost the morale of an entire country and the world post-blip. The chemistry between Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie is just out of this world, and it's great to see some of those comedic elements brought back into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the MCU in general after the very dramatic way that we left WandaVision. So we see not only does that one member of the Flag Smashers from the previous episode have superpowers, but it seems like all of the members of the Flag Smashers have superpowers. And as they said, as Bucky and Sam said, that they were all super soldiers. And so the question comes, how did they get their powers? And it seems like it's coming from the power broker, most likely by way of Isaiah, who we met through Bucky. Now this is a really cool storyline from the comic books where they took the super soldier serum and tested it on a platoon of black soldiers in the US Army. And of course none of them ever got notoriety because of the social issues of systemic racism in the United States government. But this is further instilling and reinforcing the idea that the MCU is slowly but surely introducing all of the members of the Young Avengers. So to further illustrate my point, I took a few minutes to research and find the right picture that would show the most appropriate iteration of the Young Avengers that is most likely going to be introduced into the MCU. And you can see here, this picture on the screen is that very picture that I found. Starting at the very top, we have a giant person by the name of Stature. This young woman is named Cassie Lang. We already met her in Avengers Endgame and Ant-Man. That's right, it's Scott Lang's daughter. So in the comic books, Cassie Lang finds her dad's suit and uses it and becomes Stature. Of course, she has the ability to both shrink and grow, but most notably she's known as Stature in the comics because she likes to grow big and be kind of one of the bruisers of the team. Now going down on the left hand side we have Wiccan and Speed. We of course just met them through WandaVision. Those are Wanda's twins, so most likely, basically guaranteed, they're going to be coming back. Just below those two, at the very center at the bottom, we have Kate Bishop. Now Kate Bishop is going to take up the mantle of and be an additional version of the Hawkeye. She's a very talented marksman, just like Clint Barton, and he takes her under his wing as a protege and allows her to take up the mantle of Hawkeye. And it's rumored that she is going to be appearing in the Hawkeye series that will be on Disney Plus as well. Now just below her to the right we have the Vision, who we know has made a comeback and was revived, not just the version that Wanda brought back to life from the piece of the Mind Stone that was inside of her, but the actual version that the United States Army via Sword had reassembled and brought back to life. So he's probably going to be coming back for them. And the reason this ties into Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just to the right of the Vision you will see a character by the name of Patriot. He's known by Patriot in the comic books. Now that is the grandson who opened the door for Bucky and Sam in this episode, the grandson of Isaiah. Now at one point in time he's taking this character in the comic books, and I forget his name, I'll look it up, is taking mutant growth hormone. This is over-the-counter, well actually black market, power pill basically. You can pop these pills and have temporary superpowers. But after using these for a while, he ends up getting into a terrible accident and needs a blood transfusion. And guess who he gets a blood transfusion from? That's right, his grandfather. And after that, wham, he's got super soldier powers. And just above him to the right, we have a character that has not been introduced to us yet, but maybe has been at least alluded to, and that is a character by the name of Hulkling. Now in the comic books, Hulkling is half Kree, half Skrull. And the only way that we could have possibly been introduced to a Kree and Skrull hybrid is if we look at the Captain Marvel movie that took place in the 90s. Now Captain Marvel got her powers from Mar-Vell. You'll remember Mar-Vell was the female scientist, the Kree female scientist played by Annette Bening, who created this special engine that was powered by the Space Stone for Project Pegasus. And when it exploded, that's how Carol Danvers got her powers. But she was harboring, Mar-Vell was, that is, the Kree scientist, a group of Skrulls in Earth's orbit for, I forget exactly how long, but during that time, she could very well have met somebody and potentially had children. And voila, there you go, you have Hulkling. So by the end of the episode, we know what I already said and what you probably all believed in the first place. This new Captain America is not going to last. He's not fit to take the shield. Sam should have been the one that took the shield, or Bucky should have been the one that took the shield. Either way, when this guy Tom Walker was called upon to take up the mantle of Captain America, it's got to be in their history books. He's got to know exactly who Bucky Barnes is. And that's not even counting the fact that Sam Wilson turned it down. Now maybe that's not public knowledge. Maybe it is known to him because he is a part of the United States government. But either way, I don't know. It seems like it's just inappropriate for this guy to take up the role and take the shield of Captain America, knowing that his current best friend and partner Sam Wilson, the Falcon, and his original best friend and former partner from World War II, who's still kicking, Bucky Barnes, it should have gone to either of them, not necessarily to Tom Walker. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm really enjoying this episode, or this series, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm really excited to see where it's going and what else they're going to introduce, because just in true MCU fashion, Marvel Studios fashion, they're bit by bit, brick by brick, laying the foundations for whatever's going to come next, and it's going to be exciting to see the tapestry of the Marvel Cinematic Universe expand. And I'm going to be here with you for the whole ride. Alright guys, if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel or if you have not already. And if you liked the video, you can hit that button that looks like this. It's a thumbs up, lets you know that you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit the one that looks like this and let me know why in the comments. Either way, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.